is Nets Malin, and welcome to a Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice.
Kuumba, creativity. It is time for day 6 of Kwanzaa. My name is Kenya K. Stevens. I am CEO here at the Progressive Love Academy. What we're going to do today is show you exactly how we celebrate Kuumba, creativity. That means the arts, music, dance, everything that has been a part of African American culture and keeping African people sane in the United States. Our movement, our dance, our arts. This is Kuumba. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to use this chalice. In the celebration of Kwanzaa, this is called Kakombi Cha Amoja. And truly, for a young person, this was one of the first ways I got to even hear African language. Okay? So Kwanzaa is a very important celebration that brings us back to our cultural heritage. Typically, what would happen with this chalice is we might pour some grape juice, some apple juice, or even some wine and pass it around the entire circle to bring forth the creativity, the essence of creativity within our circles and our families. So tonight we're going to pour libation, and as always, we take a knee and we're going to do our prayer on the knee, on the earth. That was something that many persons of African cultures used to do. So we're going to pour libation for creativity, for the energy of creativity. So we're going to pour both water and wine tonight. We say dwa'u for that which is Kuumba, creativity. We say dwa'u for that which is our essence, running through all things and beings, our beauty, our arts, all of the effects that we have, all of the influence that we have, the good energetics that we put out through our arts and through our sciences. Dwa'u for Kuumba, creativity. And I will take the 3 for our ancestral legacy. Finally, we light our candle for Kuumba, bringing forth creativity into our year to come. Thankful for the creativity of the closing year. Kuumba, Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice.
Just lit candles with Kenya Stevens and gave praises. And now, if you will, at home, stand up and get ready to sing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, sung by Lita Lyric Jones.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
you doing? I hope you're enjoying the program. My name is Nets Malin, and this is a Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice.
So my name is Daniel Saba. We're right here in Asheville, North Carolina, and this is...
My name is Nets Malin. I'm a board member of the Weimar Cultural Center.
All right, so we're here to talk to you today about something really special, and really it's all about you being who you are. It's called Kuumba, and it means creativity. It's somebody expressing something deep within themselves. And there's a lot of ways that people might try to describe it, but it's something that I think about all the time because I'm an artist. In the work that I do, I'm always thinking about creativity. I love engaging communities and young people about what's coming out of them or what's in them that would love to be out, that they can bring to the rest of the world. So,
well, I feel the same way, Daniel. I mean, for me, creativity is just that. It's what we have as being in the Black community. We use creativity to bring things to life. And that is our God-given gift.
That's right. So creativity, I always think about, like what is creativity? Is it inside of us? Is it outside of us? Is it in our souls? Is it on a piece of paper when we're writing, when we're painting or whatever, right? There's something that's really important about that balance inside and out. I think it's both. And when creativity is really coming out of somebody, I always wonder, where did that really come from? I believe creativity belongs to the universe itself, and that we're allowing it to flow through us, through the things that we do, and especially when we're tuned in. Especially when you think about something like a basketball player, and they get in the zone. And they're doing their moves, they're doing their thing, and they're about to make the goal. You can almost tell by the look on their face that they already got it before they even shoot it, because somewhere inside they've already become their art. They've already become their creativity, and they're so far in it, they're not even really thinking. They're just being, they're just existing as art. So I feel like every human being, every person is art, and that's something that's really important, really to Africa as well. Like when we think about Africa, Africa is all about creativity, and when you think about the song, the music, and the dance, when we think about all the colors, when we think about the stories and different things, to me, Africa is near and dear to my heart for that. And just paying attention to creation itself, us being here, us existing in creation, we wouldn't even be here without Africa.
Well, creativity, along with the mother continent, right here in the United States, you don't have to go far. Like I said, it runs in our melanin. Being creative is nothing to us. We ooze it. If given the time to allow our brains to go to that place, we will manifest creativity. We call this edutainment, where we put education above entertainment, but we still hold to the values of having a good time.
That's right. The education, the edutainment, people of color all around the world have so many different ways that they display their creativity, and it's interesting that the world is always watching. The world is always watching. What are people of color doing? What are they saying? What are they talking about? What are the new words? What's the new dance move? What's the new music? So it's like Nick said, it's natural within us, and really it's natural within the entire planet. Anything that's alive. Creativity is a part of us, and it's up to us to recognize that. For some people, it's easier than others to let that show and to recognize that. But
just like I am a creative person when it comes to many things that I do, Brother Daniel here, he's a creative poet. I'm sure you have a few words to share for Kuumba.
Absolutely, I'm glad that you said that, man. And I also wish you could hear some of your music, because I'm a big fan of your music and the thing that you do. Next, when he's DJing and he's in his zone, you just see it, you feel it, and you with it. So I appreciate every bit of that respect from one artist to another, and of course we're all artists in some way or another. Just how do we choose to express ourselves? So yeah, those words. What kind of words would I have to share to encourage someone to be creative and to be themselves and to express what's deep within themselves? So here we go. I got some special words for y'all. It's called Electric Soup. So you recognize the belt, put it on. Size yourself up, because you're strong. And the lesson is live, love, learn, and create. And what's more important than that? What's more important than the love that we make, that we share, that we receive? Do it for you and your evolution. And this government is in need of revolution, ego execution. It's the truth that one knowingly understands that all money is wrapped in bands. It was created. Imaginary stands for glance, not permanent. Only real if you believe, no burning it. Rules and regulations got you worried about who hating. Meanwhile, the structure is dominating. Meanwhile, it's making us deny the sky in the soul that we are. Divine electric arcs, soul sparks, Ozark, strange. Now you might be wondering why you watching this thing, why you came to this place, why you came to this world. And you could be anywhere but your swirl spiral to this place, this spot in time and space. I'm so happy, that's hot, and I'm grateful that you are who you are and that you're here. So listen to your spirit, internal atmosphere. Rise above infernos, and it might be hard. Just gotta warm up. Those places, they want you but don't deserve you. I love you and I see you. I hope you preserve you. Hope that you activate while you get it together. I'm working on that for me, and I'm trying to be clever. So hope that you learn to get it together. Burn soul, good candles, eternal. Throw away our sandals, no concerns. In this poem we grew, light, corn. Now let's eat those. They're just universal waveforms. Again, we born. New clothes, but reborn. Love life, each flower, each thorn, made just for you. Reboot. And guess what? This is just a suit. So now we can plant seeds and eat fruit. Vegetables. Taste good? You're proof of your electric suit. So take your electric suit, man. This is your power. This is something that has been endowed within you, and it's been waiting for just a moment that you recognize it, that you realize it, that you become it, and you let it out. It loves you. It wants you. So, just like wherever you're going in life, and you recognize that you want to do something in a special way. There's your creativity. There's you being you the way that only you can be you. There's your Kuumba. So, thank y'all just for listening to this segment. This has been a special moment with Next Millen and Daniel Suber. Next, you got anything you want to say, anything special?
This is the Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-long practice.
There we go.
I hope you're enjoying yourself there at home. I know we're enjoying ourselves here. And so now, let's take a moment with the Elder Alexander Ravenel.
Good day. My name is Alexander Ravenel II, and we are celebrating Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration with a year-round practice. 365 days putting this into practice. And the principle that we're going to make reference to today is Kuumba, creativity. As regards creativity, the principle Kuumba is defined to do as much as possible to leave the community better, more beautiful, and beneficial than initially inherited. And of course, I go back to self-autonomy. And in my mind presently, Jesus is referenced by saying, "By their fruits you shall know them." And the consciousness of an individual is reflected in their environment. So therefore, we are presuming upon you with regard to leaving your community more beautiful, more better, more beautiful, and beneficial than you initially inherited is the recognition that a change, a transformation, a renewal has taken place within you, and thus the necessity for celebration and congratulations, because you are taking that which is within you. Because each one of us, having evolved for a purpose, as I made reference to a principle recently, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that when a people cry out for something, God causes to be born an individual who will answer the cry of that people. And all we need to do is just look in our environment, and we see that there are people every day. Something new is coming forth to enhance our lives, to enhance our activities, to enhance our interaction with one another, to be used for the good of all mankind. And then a reference I would like to make is to Ralph Waldo Emerson. And this is very important with regard to your own creativity, because he says we must learn to see and notice that gleam of light that flashes across our own consciousness, because therein is our genius. And he also said, to believe what is good for you in your own heart is right for all mankind is individual genius. And what does genius do? Genius is creative. Genius is innovative. Genius is all that is necessary to make an I, an us, or a we. He also says, he who would be a man, and I add conversely a woman, must be a nonconformist, for God will not have his work manifest by cowards. And given the fact that you are the only you there is, imagine that. Let's look at John 3:16 in the scripture again with regard to yourself. Of course, it reads that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that who believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I like to look at it from this perspective, that God so loved the world that he gave you, the only you there is, never to be duplicated, to the world, so that the world, by reason of your presence, may be better for your having been here. So what develops here is that you, before you manifest from your mother's womb, had a purpose and an inborn commitment to leave your community better, more beautiful, and beneficial than initially inherited. And then my mind comes to my mind now, the Apostle Paul. And I think this is very relevant today in terms of how you perceive yourself, because it's impossible, as I said, to think the impossible. If you can think it, you can do it. And whatever it is that has caused you to suppress yourself, I know that desire is an indication that release and liberation is upon you. Again, he said, he who would be a man, and I add conversely a woman, must be a nonconformist, for God will not have his work manifest by cowards. And given that you are the only you there is, you don't need anyone to qualify you, you don't need anyone to justify you, you don't need anyone to validate you. Those will come as a result of your recognizing your present empowerment to just simply be and to do. And out of that creativity, the world was formed. And out of the world, the consciousness of man, everything that you desire does not manifest. So we're not talking about something that you cannot do. We're talking about something that you do every day. It's just a matter of becoming aware that you have this power within you to give rise and manifestation to all that you desire. And as one of my teachers used to say, he said, if we learn to use our mind, we would save our behinds. Because 95% of manifestation is meditation, introspection, consciousness, being quiet. And everything that is necessary to the eventual manifestation of this creativity, which the world is waiting for, would just simply manifest itself into your life. So let us make. Let us make. What do you think God was saying allegorically? Let us make man. It is like you coming together, as one of the brothers here in Asheville, North Carolina has. He got an idea of a group of men meeting together. It started here in Asheville. It's called Black Men Monday. And I heard recently it's beginning to form throughout the world. Who do you think is going to benefit from that except everybody? We're talking about creativity. We're talking about giving birth to an idea, because everything around you, even your own experience, even in your lack of understanding, is born out of an idea, something that you embraced, a purpose that you envision that has come forth. Now imagine if you know how to use this universal consciousness. And for those of you who may have a problem with your own creativity, as regards the simplicity of applying that law, I would suggest that you read, I think her name is Florence Scofield, but nonetheless, her book is The Game of Life and How to Play It. And that's really for religious people what the Bible is too. It shows the manifestation of the various transitional phases of consciousness through which an individual go, and how they may apply or play with those principles in order to effect the things that they desire. So, again, this is Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-round practice. My name is Alexander Ravenel II. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you tomorrow.
Kwanzaa is a joyous time of year, and to celebrate that, we are going to have a musical rendition from one of my favorite artists. Enjoy.
Deep river, my home is over Jordan. Deep river, Lord, I want to cross over into campground. To cross over into campground. Oh, don't you want to go to that gospel feast, that glorious land where all is peace? Deep river, Lord, I want to cross over into campground. Don't you want to go to that gospel feast, that glorious land where all is peace? Oh, deep river, Lord, I want to cross over into campground. I want to cross over into campground. I call you when I need you and my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. Oh, you come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak the language of love like you know what it means. Oh, it can't be wrong. Take my heart and make me strong. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart, hang on every word to say, tear us apart. Honey, I would rather be dead. And in your heart I see the start of every night and every day. In your eyes I get lost, I get swept away. Oh, just as long as I'm here in your arms, I can say there's no better place. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart, hang on every word you say, tear us apart, no. Honey, I would rather be dead. Each time you leave me, I still losing control. You're running away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you even when I'm alone. Oh, baby, don't let go. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart, hang on every word you say, tear us apart, no. Honey, I would rather be dead. You're the best. time, 'cause you can't buy a job. The man in the silk suit hurries by as he catches a poor old lady's eye. Just for fun, he says, get a job. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Don't you believe them? Said, hey little boy, you can go where the others go, 'cause you don't look like they do. Said, hey old man, how can you stand to think that way? Did you really think about it before you made the rules? He said, son, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Don't you believe them? They made a law in 64 to give those who ain't got a little more, but it'll only go so far, 'cause the law can change another's mind when all he sees at hiring times is the line on the corner. Oh no, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is.
I'm Jamar Woods. It's a pleasure playing for you today. Happy Kwanzaa, and let's continue to celebrate the spirit of creativity.
I always wondered how the future and the present stands on the shoulders of the past, and how a call to action can stimulate a crowd into doing something more than they thought was able to be done. So right now, we are going to join Michael Hayes as he presents a past, present, future call to action.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Hayes, Executive Director of the Umoja Health, Wellness, and Justice Collective. I'm here at the Wildmount Culture Center in downtown Asheville, and I'd like to welcome you all to Kwanzaa, our 7-day celebration for a year-around practice. Today, we're on our 6th principle, which is Kuumba, which means creativity. If you can remember, our first principle was Umoja, which means unity. Our second principle was Kujichagulia, which is self-determination. Our third principle, Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. Our fourth principle is Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics. And our fifth principle was Nia, which is purpose. Today we'll be discussing principle number 6, which is Kuumba, creativity. It is to do always as much as we can, in the way that we can, in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. My father is 80 years old. My father owns a radio station called WRES-FM here in Asheville, North Carolina. My father has been here for 50, 60 years, 50 plus years of his life. And I actually got to see the transformation of not only him as a person, but of what he brought to the table. My father was a radio personality in Winston-Salem. But when he got here, he worked at a radio station, but it wasn't all he was. The most beautiful thing I got to see my father do, which I didn't realize it until now, was that I got to see my father become father or a father figure to thousands of other young people through this program that he had called the Hillcrest Enrichment Program. The Hillcrest Enrichment Program had a football team, basketball team, track club, 4-H, double Dutch, chess team. It had so much, and the thing that impressed me the most when I think about it is that this was done in a low-wealth community. There was drugs, there was violence, there was despair, there was oppression, there was all of this happening when he came to Asheville in 1975. And I saw my father take an idea to make children's lives better, and I saw him build something with the whole community that still stands as one of the proudest moments of that community to this day. He finally got the radio station. He finally was able to own his own radio station. But what I saw in my father was the ability to change what was supposed to be so bad into something that ended up flourishing and being something so wonderful, and the lives he impacted with that. The one thing that he always said was that you could never stop short or hinder any child's creativity, because wrapped up in their creativity was also their purpose, and it might be something greater if we allow their creativity to flow. The thousands of young people's lives that he touched was the blueprint for me to do what I do today as executive director of Umoja. I get to work with young people, I get to work with people my age, and I get to work with people from a generation before me, or a couple of generations before me. And I get to see how everybody has this desire to make the lives of those people around them better. I remember my father told me, one monkey don't stop no show. Meaning that one person shouldn't be able to deter the direction of a whole community. One person shouldn't be able to stop a whole community or a whole group of people from succeeding at what they set their minds to do. But he said, you got to come up with creative ways to do it. My father told me that I would probably never do what he has done, but he always encouraged me to exceed him in what he's accomplished. That might be hard to do, but I love the fact that he encourages me to do it. And now I have sons. I have 6 sons. And my sons range from the ages of 33 all the way to 7 years old. And I have a 3-year-old daughter. And for me, Kuumba is for me to allow them to create what they're going to create, to build what they're going to build. That part kind of hit me deep, because I know for a long time I wasn't there. I've always been creative. I've always been a performer. I've always been creative. But for a long time, I didn't show up that way. So now for me, it is beautiful because I do walk in my father's footsteps. I have my own radio show. I'm also, it's so funny because my father started here at WBMU, and now we're starting a online WBMU, and I'm actually a part of that broadcasting team. But for me, man, I look at my younger children. I look at my younger children, my grandchildren. Well, I look at all my children, and I look at like from my oldest to now being using his culinary skills to be a kitchen manager at a local restaurant here. He was the bar manager, so now, you know, he has his vision set on starting a restaurant. To look at them doing music, to look at them doing performances and plays, to look at them doing, you know, been on TV shows and all of that. I see myself and I see my father in them. But my 7 and 8-year-old, they get to see something different than my older ones got to see, because my 33 on up to my 22-year-old, I was absent a lot. So now they get to see me present in their lives, and I get to pour into them. And now they understand that they love going to work with me, they love sitting in the office with me, but now they understand that they have the ability, the gifts, the talent, the creativeness, the mindset to not only run Umoja, but to also take it to the next level. So my challenge for our future generations is to take what this has ordered us to do, and that is to always to do as much as we can in the way that we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. And I think us pouring into our young people, us pouring into our children, us letting them understand that they can and do greater things than us, and saying that to encourage them. And, you know, we have to get off this mindset of like, oh man, you young generation, y'all just don't get it. You know, y'all just so different from us. You know, we did things better. We did things different. That happens. I do things different from my father in this generation, and my sons do things different from me and my generation, and that's going to happen. But if we continue to pour into them, and we continue to allow them to demonstrate to them how great they are, then I think that'll manifest itself as we get older, as they get older, and as we continue on. And I know that they have the ability to leave our communities more beautiful and more beneficial as we continue to grow. And I think it always starts with the first principle of Umoja. When we talk about Kuumba, it is being creative, our creativity, and creating for us, for generations to come. I think it's important, I think it's beneficial for us. In order for them to leave our communities beautiful and beneficial, then it's so important for us to continue to pour into them so they'll understand their greatness, and so that greatness can actually transfer back to the communities, because they have it in them. They have it in them, and we have to encourage that. My name is Michael Hayes at the Why My Culture Center here in Asheville, North Carolina. This is Kwanzaa, and remember, this is a 7-day celebration for a year-round practice. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow for principle number 7.
Hi, I'm Rakim Sekou with Capital Awareness and Kwanzaa 365. Hopefully you've enjoyed day 6 of our Kwanzaa celebration, Kuumba, creativity, understanding that some of our problems in our communities take creative solutions. They're not always obvious, and we have to use our creative talents in order to move ahead and succeed. I'd like to thank some of the people that made this project possible. Hamilton Media Design, Michael Hayes, Umoja Collective, Aaron Oliver, Social Media Director, Angela Clemens, LLC, Daniel Suber, and Kenya K. Stevens with the Progressive Love Academy.
Peace and blessings. And thank you once again for tuning in on the 6th day of Kwanzaa 365. On behalf of the YMI Cultural Center, we celebrate Kuumba, creativity, meaning you have the power to create. You have the power to manifest your own destiny. I'd like to take this time to thank a few people who helped make this program possible. Dewana Little, the Executive Director of the YMI Cultural Center, and the YMI Board of Directors, Kai Linzian. I also would like to thank Leader Lyric Jones, Elder Alexander Ravenel, Kevin Spears and Shinobi. I also would like to thank Theodore Filson, the YMI Building Manager, and Sonia Bruton, SB Catering.
Habari gani? Kuumba. Kuumba means creativity. We must always do as much as we can in whatever creative way that we can to make our community a better place, a more beautiful place than it was when we inherited it. Blessed love. I am Ja Daniel on behalf of Capital Awareness and Kwanzaa 365. I would like to wish you and your family and loved ones a happy and blessed Kwanzaa. I have a few people that I would like to give special thanks to. That is Virtuous, Denise Carter, Spaceman Jones, Jamar Woods, Brothers in Christ, and Tanya Plummer, the YMI Operations Manager. So at the end of every night of Kwanzaa, we have a ritual where we chant Harambe, and I need you guys to do it with me. Everybody who's watching at home, we need your participation. Reach as high as you can, and we're going to pull in energy from the universe, and we're going to chant Harambe 7 times. Harambe, 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 Harambe.